Greetings, adventurers. All right, well, I screwed up 2 days ago. Went to Hollywood Studios a day early and totally missed out on May the 4th treats, and also missed out on the Star Wars celebration yesterday. Not Star Wars celebration on May the 4th at Galaxy's Edge last night. But I checked out Adam the Woo's video today, and that looked insane. I'm not exactly sure that I'd want to be there for that. I live vicariously through those videos, which is the point. But today's adventure, going back to Hollywood Studios for the sole purpose of getting the Darth Vader cupcake at Backlot Express, and then finally getting that Trandoshan lager. Or is it the Golden Squadron lager is a different beer. The Trandoshan ale is, I think, a red ale. But I'm gonna get those two things. And then, as long as wait times aren't long, I'm aiming for Tower of Terror, because I haven't done that baby in a long time. Yeah. So let's go do it. We now join our program, already in progress. All right, parked. I'm over in, what was that, 314, parked in 314. I had to look real quick. Otherwise, this was gonna be a fun adventure later on. Anyways, we're here, gonna do the thing. Heading in, gonna have some fun, all mic'd up. I'm being daring. I'll show you why I'm being daring. For the first time, I'm going without a backpack. Got my water bottle with me. Jungle Cruise water bottle. I wonder if this is gonna be reversed. I gotta check my settings and see if this is gonna be reversed. I should figure out how to flip that around. Anyways, my Jungle Cruise water bottle from working on that film. So I've got that with me. I've got the gimbal, my mic clipped to my shirt, which actually, see if I can get that in the frame. Hold on, wait, appropriate shirt, Han shot first, with my little DJI mic, and got my magic band. Ba-ba. Got my wallet if I need it, car keys of course, but trying to travel light. It's really overcast today. It feels nice. Apparently it's like 87 degrees. It does not feel like it. It's overcast though, so I can go without the sunglasses and just do the eyeglasses. And it doesn't look like the cloud cover is breaking anytime soon. So with it being just about 5 o'clock, I mean, it's gonna be 3 hours till sunset anyway, so if this keeps up, I'm not gonna have anything to worry about. But, mission directive, Darth Vader cupcake, because it's chocolate, peanut butter, buttercream. One of the top things to know about me is I'm a sucker for peanut butter. Love it. But anyway, all right, let's get in the park.
What do you think of the perfect? Have fun.
And we are back. I gotta say, much nicer going through security when you've just got, a couple of things in your hands, First time I didn't have to get stopped in a while. So, definitely enjoyed that. Much smoother, saved a little bit of time, a hot 60 seconds. Something incredible is happening over here. Zing! Squirrel found a snack. What'd you find, buddy? Oh, you're drinking. All right, I'm not gonna bother you while you're drinking. I'll leave you do your thing. Backlot. Gonna bypass the squirrel and go get a Vader cupcake. All right. Darth Vader cupcake acquired. So now, I'm gonna dive in. All right, I'm diving into this thing. I wish that the camera would, instead of keeping me center, would actually just keep me at. See, this is the film, or actually the TV, the broadcast TV nerd in me who's like, I need my head to be at the top third line, not cupped directly center with tracking. All right, I'm gonna work on that, figure that out. I'm eating Darth Vader's head right now. Oh, napkins are flying away. All right, standard milk chocolate. Not bad, but not what I'm here for. First, I gotta figure out how to get into this thingy. I had a friend who was a comedian I made a joke. We said something about cupcakes and muffins, how they're just self-conscious because they got stretch marks because of the little the paper thing that it comes in on the side. You get it. It's funnier when I explain the joke too, by the way. All right. So this thing is pretty dang good. Actually, hold on a second. I'm gonna show you something. So this is actually pretty cool in that, like, that's like this chocolate. I'm gonna call it ribboning. This like the back and forth thingy on there that's on top of. So it's chocolate. I think it's like dark chocolate on top of chocolate, but these kind of chocolate flecks around it. It's a chocolate cupcake, and I'm really hoping this thing is just filled with peanut butter inside. I think I taught this thing to keep me higher towards the top of the frame also. All right, I might have needed to have gotten a knife for this because it came out of the refrigerator and it's got a little, oh, this is gonna be a big first bite. This is why I don't go to dinner on first dates, because I don't want anyone to have to see me eat as their first impression of me, but you're gonna get to see me take a huge first bite. That's pretty dang good. Okay, so the buttercream, I think it's just a peanut butter buttercream with the chocolate kind of shell on top, and then the chocolate cupcake itself. But this is, I mean, I'm an easy audience when you tell me that it's peanut butter or chocolate peanut butter, so I'm a fan of this. This is like the that Blondie from the last time I was here, where it had that caramel buttercream kind of like clumped in the center. I feel like if you smash that down and kind of spread it all over the whole thing with the coconut and the toffee, that it would have been even better just to have that in every bite. So with this, chocolate peanut butter, low bar of entry, they know their audience. It's pretty dang good. It was, swallow first before I talk. I mean, it was a little bit more expensive than that Blondie was, as like a featured, item for just a month. It was $6.38 after tax, I think. This isn't terrible. It's a good sized cupcake. I mean, yeah. I mean, this is a pretty good sized cupcake. So I would say it's worth it. And if you want to split it, you definitely have the ability to do that too. So. Alright, I'm gonna cut now and finish devouring this thing like a hyena in the Pride Lands. You're welcome for sparing you this. Well, that was pretty good. I'd be lying if I said that there wasn't drool involved. Nice stuff. Any chocolate on me? You'd tell me if I had chocolate on my face, right? I knew you would. Thanks. So even though, and I mentioned this in a previous video about this Galaxy's Edge being a little more short and stout in layout than Disneyland's. So this land has 2 entrances, exits, and Disneyland's has 3 entrances, exits. Another key, and then obviously like because of being shorter and stouter in layout, the ships are laid out a little differently for photo ops. But another key thing is also just the color palette that's utilized here, because Florida is notoriously hotter, more humid. The color palette for here, at least in the rock work and that, is more cooler tones, while in Anaheim, they have the ability to allow them to be warmer tones, because here it's obviously really hot, and Anaheim gets hot, but it's not as unreasonable as down here. Like even this, like if you look at Anaheim's, like this is that archway is much more of a lighter brown, and then I don't remember what color that like little tank looking thing is on the right hand side of it, but it's definitely not that blue kind of color. I think it was maybe like black or something, but yeah, again, just point being, different palette. Another quick thing, so if you'll notice, restrooms here, this is the last restrooms. There's no restrooms back that direction because
you wouldn't find restrooms out in the wilderness, and that's supposed to be where the Rebel base is, just kind of out there in the nowhere. So there are no bathrooms in Galaxy's Edge past that one, though there's one other one this way. Well, I don't know if it's a timing thing or what, but that Trandoshan Ale is once again not going to happen. Not today. It's just bust after bust. The walk-up list for Oga's is at capacity, so cast members say check back in an hour. So I guess I'll do that. Even just for a party one, not any room, so just gonna have to deal with that. So I'll go find something to do in the meantime. Last I checked, Tower of Terror standby was 70 minutes. I'm okay with that personally. I'm kind of in the market of finding like some sort of a specialty and or craft beer that you can't normally get. That was why I wanted to get that Trandoshan Ale, because it's, you know, something that's brewed specifically for Galaxy's Edge and nowhere else from a Florida brewery. So I don't know, I'll take a look and see if there's anything else like that in Hollywood Studios, but I think I might be SOL. So while it's brand new, and normally I'd want to go check out whatever is brand new, I had a friend go there, and it just seems not worth the price, to put it succinctly. I mean, you know, you can always balance the quality of the food with the and the experience versus the price, but I think even just the experience is just not enough to justify the cost. So I don't know, maybe that's got to get tweaked, but just doesn't seem like something I'm going to put too terribly high on the priority list presently. Well, I missed out on this the other day, so at least this is still open. I'm going to make this happen. This whole thing is just weird. So this is like previous queue space, a bunch of switchbacks. They've placed in art over here, but this is obviously like not, this is not the reason. This is not the construction. This is not why this is here. So I'm trying to remember exactly what was here before. This might have been the queue for the old, no, it wasn't for the backlot tour. What was this for? I mean, there was a whole like animation tour that was done. All right, if you know, comment below, because I'm racking my head. I know that I've been over here before. I mean, the earliest time that I came to this park was when I was 5, so it might be hard to remember from there. And I think this was gone by the time that I was here in 2013, because it had been about 12 years between my visit in 01 to being back here again in 2013. Yeah, wow, this is all very, very unceremonious. Oh my gosh. This is not, this is weird. Okay, all right. Well, that's the exit from the not operating today Star Wars Launch Bay Theater. So I'm gonna guess that's usually a preview for whatever movie or show is about to come out. So, all right. This is curious. I very clearly remember this being for something definitely else. I gotta dig back in the archives. In my storage in LA, I've got that Disney A to Z encyclopedia. Not the last one before they stopped, publishing it, but one of them, which will probably give a list of attractions for studios. G29T! The little guy in the queue for Star Tours. The one who scans all the luggage. Okay, so that was definitely part of the old animation tour from way back in the day. I remember specifically being on a tour in there one time, and there were animators. I don't know if they were real or not, or if they were just drawing the same thing over and over again. But they were doing the I think they were doing Pocahontas, Mulan, maybe Brother Bear. I can't remember exactly. It was one of those three, I think. But it was supposed to be like them in production on one of those films. Because I mean, animated films actually were produced here down in Orlando, like that. I don't know if anyone like remembers that or thinks that was a joke, but there were TV shows. There were some films, I think, like Ernest Saves Christmas. And then there were animated films that were legitimately produced down here in a building that is, can't see it too well from here. It's like, oh, there it is. It's a, oh yeah, the sun's gonna make it a little hard to see, but like if you look at Star Wars Launch Bay over there, it's this building back there is the old animation building. Not old animation as in the old animation building on the Disney Studio lot, because that is truly old animation. But that is the old animation building, the one here. Alrighty, I'm pulling an audible. So the standby for Tower of Terror is currently at 80 minutes. The walk-up wait list for Oga's is full. Again, cast member said give it an hour. So I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna hop on the Skyliner because I love it. And probably grab a cocktail over at Caribbean. Just kind of, mosey. Take a little break, then come on back. And then we'll see where things are, we're standing with Tower and with that Oga's queue. All right, now we're cooking with gas. And off we go. Got my own gondola. Obviously nobody's up on the ceiling, but you can tell by the feet, no one's here. All right, not bad. We're gonna enjoy this. Here's my pitch. Solar panels making carport parking over parking lots in Disney World. That's my pitch. I'm saying it, free idea, go for it. I don't even make money on it, but I'm saying not having that just seems like a real missed opportunity, especially because you can, instead of those they don't actually have them out, but those elevated guard booth tower thingies that are on the scissor lift that honestly no one's ever in, you get rid of those, put your security on those three-wheeled Segway dealios to just keep patrolling the aisles. They're shaded. And then with the energy that you're getting, not only are you capturing that for the theme parks, wow, it's windy, I hope this is coming through. It must be wind day. You also can power television screens that are, set up every so often in that carport setup, so that you've got informational guides of hey, here's the aisle you parked in. And also hey, here's show times today, and here's what attractions are closed, and then just promo stuff too. I feel like it's just a missed opportunity to do stuff like that. And especially if you got a magic band, maybe you've got, long-range RFID readers that are built in, again, powered by the solar panels. This all uses very low amount of energy, and you're just, you can have custom little welcomes and stuff like that. And then also wouldn't it be absolutely fantastic if you parked your car and if you're wearing a magic band and there's wow, it's really windy over here, ooh, we got a sway going on, that you once you park, the Disney World app remembers where you parked for you without you having to do anything. So it can just be hey, Rebecca, you parked over here. Just spitballing. Disney R&D, get on it. The tech already exists. You don't got to do anything. It's fine. This is software programming at this point. So for Skyliner Station, this is the hub. I just came through on the Hollywood Studios side. There's this side that goes off to Pop Century, Art of Animation. This side, it goes off to Riviera, which is a short ride that direction, and then to Epcot. But the funny thing is that for that one, and that's Hollywood Studios right there, but for to go to Epcot, you have to go off that direction, and then you go through that station, and it just does a U-turn essentially and goes back the other way. So that's what I was saying the other day, that like it's weird because you'd think you could just walk like the mile from Studios over to Epcot, and like that's fine and all. You're like, oh, I'll save time and get on the Skyliner. No, 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 no. You gotta go from Studios up through to this station, change lines, take the Skyliner up to Riviera, stay on, make a U-turn, and then go back down the way you came. Well, the direction you came, not the same line you came on. And then you go through the Great Turning Station and then off to Epcot. So I think it's like kind of the same distance, but also if you're wanting those Disney calories to not count, best walk. I think that's where you'll find the most benefit, personally. So in the aforementioned pandemic trip down here, my friend Chris and I stayed in this building here, which is just across from the Skyliner station. Oh, look at that. That's cute. So, stayed over here, except the Spyglass Grill was closed. Understandably, a lot of stuff was closed, pandemic and all. But it has since reopened, only within the last few months, to the point that I think people forgot about it. And as soon as I got off the Skyliner just now, there were sandwich boards set out being like, hey, Spyglass Grill, food, beverages, QR code, see the menu, go. So it's right over here, right around the staircase. I'm gonna get a look and see what they've got, because I've never been over here, and I'm kind of glad to see that it's open again. So let's see what they got. All right, not a bad chat with a couple of cast members over at the Spyglass Grill. It was weird. They gave me the beer in a cup with a lid, like I was getting a soda. But it's a Prestige brand label, Prestige label. Apparently, the subtitle of it is The Pride of Haiti, which, for me, again, if I want to try something, if I'm gonna have a beer, if I'm gonna have a cocktail, I'm gonna be like, I gotta get this because this is the place to get it, no other place to get it. And I've never heard of this beer, let alone had it before. So I saw it on the menu and went, oh, I gotta get that. They also have something called a Dragon Stout beer. So Dragon's the label, and it's a stout, and apparently that one's out of Jamaica. So I'm gonna add that to the list next too. But it was funny because I asked the cast member, I was like, hey, like, where, that Prestige beer, where is that brewed? And he looks at the label and he goes, Holland. I'm like on the other side of the Atlantic? Or like Holland, Michigan? Because I think there are a couple of beers that are brewed in Holland, Michigan. And he goes, no, brewed in Holland. Pride of Haiti, brewed in Holland. So I don't know what the deal is with that. It seems like a long way to go around to get the beer from Haiti to Orlando by way of Holland. But anyway, it's okay. This tastes a lot like I don't want to be mean about it. It's a refreshing beer, but this tastes a little skunky in a way. Almost like a Molson. Like a Canada Molson, which I love Molson. Molson's great. Molson's like a better Coors or Bud Light in my opinion. And if this is like a Molson, then this will be better than that. So this is like between that domestic beer and the, better, ideally better craft stuff that I would go for. This is kind of in the middle there. But I mean, if you are like, because this is right next to one of the satellite pools here at the Caribbean Beach Resort. If you're looking for a beer to just kind of like sip on next to the pool, this is pretty good. Again, a little skunky. So if you're okay with that, then you're good. Not like bitter, but skunky. Not like, I keep on saying the word enough that you're going to think it's really bad, but it's not. Because I'm still drinking it. I mean, I paid for it. But I guess they also have a Dragon one here. So those two beers I don't think are at any other resort bars here on property. Because there's another pool. I'm trying to remember how many pools there are. I think there's one other pool. No, this might be the only satellite pool because there's the main one right next to the lobby. And then the Riviera is past that. There is one other pool. It's on the other side of the pond, but I don't think they have a bar. I think this is the only bar. I don't know. I'll walk over there and check out, but I'm pretty positive this is the only one. I've talked about this way too much. Okay. Wow, you guys really have no fear. This is probably the closest I've ever been to rabbits that they just kept on eating. You're really comfy with humans, aren't you? I mean, you're also both definitely keeping an eye on me, so... Alright, enjoy yourselves. Alright, I just snagged myself apparently a specific to Cinco de Mayo margarita from Cabana Cabana. And it's pretty dang good. Probably tastes a little bit like a Jolly Rancher, but not too terribly sweet. It's not bad. Though I will say that I wasn't expecting to pay $22 for it. Whereas I feel like all the other cocktails are like $17. So I'm really hoping that this has definitely got the alcohol content to justify that. But the bartender there, Kathy, absolutely lovely. She was totally down to just kind of play and be like, hey, you know, what spirits do you like? You want spirit forward or not? What's your flavor profile? Sweet, not, fruity, not, that sort of thing. Because that's the game I play when I go to the Trader Sam's down in Anaheim, where I just go to the bartenders and I was like, hey, here's a few, you know, parameters, what have you. Go ahead and play and like see what you come up with. And usually always works out. So I just did that with Kathy, and she was like, oh, I can do that. And I was like, well, you've got this Cinco de Mayo cocktail. Let's see what you got with that. So she came up with this. Well, she made this because I guess it's just like their off menu just for today thing. Not bad. Probably going to say would not go for something like this again. Not worth the price point at this point. But definitely want to go back while Kathy's there and see what she would come up with if I just kind of give her parameters for a drink and see what she kind of makes up, because it's a full bar. They got stuff. So we'll see. So now this is an area I've never been in. Actually, I feel like this was always closed whenever I walked through here, but apparently this is just a nice little area on the Caribbean Cay. Is it Cay or Key? Little island that is just off the beaten path. A gazebo here and there, a couple of chairs, just a space to kind of hang out, enjoy the sunset, relax, people watch, as it were. It's not bad. Actually, I would say that I know they got like the hammocks over there, but if you don't want to mess with sand, there's chairs here. But I mean, I feel like oh, there is a squirrel just chilling out doing his thing. But anyways, I was going to say, I feel like there is an opportunity here to kind of like, let's put some hammocks so people can just kind of chill out and just really enjoy the sunset. Apparently there are some number of renovations going on here, because there's a lot of these fences for this grouping of buildings up here. So there's like some of the windows have got plastic taped up in them, and so I'm guessing there's some like redoing the furniture, new beds, new paint, that sort of thing. But it's this whole grouping of buildings. There's like 3 or 4 buildings right there. So, oh, hey Bill, are you okay? All right, bye. Every lizard is Bill, by the way. All right, sun is setting. It's about 7:20. Just grabbed the Dragon Stout beer in another to-go cup. Apparently this is a Jamaican beer. Decided to walk out to the long walking path, kind of running path over here. I did not realize how far back these buildings go from the lobby. But wow, just wow. I mean, this, like, there's this tiny little beach here, 2 hammocks, a couple of, I think there's 3 deck chairs, 3 hammocks, 3 deck chairs, that's it. Not much else going on over here. I mean, here, there you go. Very, very minimal. So, but anyway, all right, gonna drink this beer between here and the Skyliner station, so that'll be fun. And then get back in the studio. Well, drop the water bottle in the car. Finally, I should have done that in the beginning. But then head to studios again and see if Tower is any better in its standby time. See if the walk-up wait list for Oga's has opened up, because maybe they inside have the Trandoshian. At this point, I forget it. It's all made up words. Well, all words are made up. Beer. That was the end of that sentence. And if not, then I'm gonna have to call it a night. I'm trying to make it to the Apple Store tonight. Might not happen, but we'll see. Oh, this beer is good. All right. Sorry to interrupt your nice view of the sunset. This is a good beer. This is a good stout. Okay. I know I had notes about the last beer, but this one's good. I mean, if it's possible, like, for a stout to not be heavy and be refreshing, this is one of them. Not a single track of dialogue. I'm going to point this out because I'm not sure I saw this at other parks. Actually, now that I think about it, maybe Magic, I did. But I see a problem with this area being denoted as pedestrian walkway. That's a very thin line away from actual active traffic. And then when it comes to the trams, though, if they were in operation, that there's this huge gap, probably about 5 feet wide, before these red poles to keep you away from the trams. So 5 feet between the trams and you that the trams move at maybe 5 miles per hour, and then this 3-inch wide white line between you and some dad who's tired of having waited in such a long line to get into parking in the first place and just wants to park and get his GD family inside the park right now because he can't take the kids screaming in the back seat. Having all of that been said, I'm going on the left side of the poles, not the right. All right, so since saying that, I saw 2 cars, one after the other, make turns out onto this roadway here, completely disregarding the yellow lines and driving on the wrong side of the road. So yeah, I'm definitely staying on this side of these pillars, even when the trams are here, definitely staying on that side, not where Mom and Pa are driving from, because I'm not dealing with that. All right, I am beelining over to Galaxy's Edge, and the app is telling me that there's a 10-minute wait for Oga's, but then when I try to join the queue, it says, hey, you're too far away, so let's get closer. Let's see if it'll allow me to join in a second here. All right, gonna take the alternate route, the more wilderness route, take it over to Oga's. The Disney World app is still telling me that I'm too far away from Oga's to get in the walk-up wait list. So I'm gonna make this a separate video when I'm doing some screen recording and stuff, but here is the area to, when you do the Batu Bounty Hunters with the Magic Band Plus, come over here to basically start, accept your mission, and then you come over to this door to collect your bounty. Which, I mean, this is like a very, very simplified version of what originally was supposed to be involved in this land. But at least it's now there as of 6 months ago, and we'll see what happens after that. Just hanging out, but I'm gonna die on this hill. Disney parks at night, so much better. Get to see the lighting packages come to life. It's just chef's kiss, usually. But also, I did talk to a cast member at the front of Oga's, and I was like, hey, so the app did not let me make a reservation, or rather join the walk-up wait list for any party less than 2. It said, I was like, hey, like I tried to say like I'm a party of 1. It was like, oh, we don't have room for you. But a party of 2 or more, app goes, hey, you're good to go. We'll add you to the list. So I just kind of informed, I was like, hey, like just so you know, like I am 1 person, and if you've got like a slot at the bar you want to shove me in, I am good for that. So she said, okay, good to know. They made a change up at the kiosk, and she's like, hang out, you'll be in pretty soon, and now we're just going to do the hangout. All right, so confirmed. Gold Squadron Lager, Docking Bay 7, Trandoshan Ale, Toronto Roasters, but Bad Motivator IPA and Gomorrah Ale only here. And also, these cocktails are the same ones at Disneyland, but Disneyland did have, at least a year ago, one that was more gin and elderflower. Doesn't seem to be on the menu here, but everything else is kind of the same. So I think I might, if I do anything in addition to the Gomorrah Ale, is going to be the Bad Motivator IPA, because the other 2 you can get outside of here, and I waited long enough. And everything else on here is without alcohol, and at that point I go, why? So. That's a good beer. That's a dang good beer. Something's going down. Oh no. We've lost power. Bang the thing! Bang the thing! So story-wise, the entire bar is powered by a pod racer engine. And every so often, she just dies, and you gotta give it a whack to get her started again. Just for good measure, a bad motivator IPA.
I believe bantha. Well, it may look like a bantha dropping, but it's actually a bantha cooking.
Just making an observation, the show lighting up here, it's never been this bright before. Usually it's relatively dark and only utilized for certain show elements, like different, effects in the story, when things are supposed to go wrong, yada yada yada, but these are just constantly on. So I don't know if Anaheim's doing this, but it's definitely apparently happening here. Trandoshan Ale. After all of this time, today was a long but good day, and I enjoyed it. So I hope you have enjoyed your time. And as always, remember, Q line is redundant.